Across the vastness of the galaxy, a mighty empire had been steadily expanding its dominion. This galactic empire, as it was known, had subjugated countless civilizations, forcing them to submit to its rule and share their resources. Its ambition knew no bounds, and the leaders of the empire were determined to bring the entire cosmos under their control. At the edge of the galaxy, a small, relatively undeveloped planet called Earth watched the empire's relentless march with growing unease. The people of Earth had not yet achieved the same level of technological advancement as the more established societies that had fallen under the empire's sway. They lacked the military might and political clout to resist the looming threat that approached them. The Galactic Empire's scouts had already detected the existence of this distant world, and its leaders saw Earth as a prime target for annexation. The planet's untapped resources and the potential of its intelligent population were enticing prospects for the Empire's expansion. It was only a matter of time before the full force of the Empire's attention returned towards this isolated, insignificant-seeming world. As the Empire's fleets and armies continued to swallow up neighboring systems, the leaders of Earth grew increasingly concerned. They knew that their planet's days of independence were numbered. The Galactic Empire would soon demand their complete surrender and integration into the imperial hierarchy. The people of Earth had heard the harrowing tales of other worlds that had fallen under the Empire's rule. They had witnessed the destruction of ancient cultures, the subjugation of proud civilizations, and the exploitation of local populations for the benefit of the central authority. The prospect of their own planet suffering a similar fate filled the hearts of Earth's leaders with a deep sense of foreboding. Discussions and debates raged among the political and scientific communities of Earth. Some advocated for immediate surrender, believing that resisting the Empire's might would be futile and only lead to unnecessary suffering. Others, however, argued passionately for the preservation of their planet's autonomy and the right to chart their own destiny. As the Galactic Empire's advance continued to inch closer to Earth's borders, the decision-makers on the small blue planet found themselves at a critical crossroads. They knew that the time had come to make a choice. Would they meekly submit to the Empire's demands, or would they somehow find the courage and the means to defy the overwhelming power that threatened to consume them? The future of Earth hung in the balance, and its leaders were acutely aware that the choices they made in the coming days would echo through the annals of history, shaping the fate of their world and potentially the entire galaxy. While the Galactic Empire continued its relentless expansion across the cosmos, the small and unassuming planet of Earth was undergoing a quiet revolution of its own. Unbeknownst to the mighty imperial forces, the people of Earth were making remarkable strides in the field of technology, rapidly advancing their scientific understanding and engineering capabilities. At the forefront of this technological renaissance were the brightest minds of Earth, driven by an insatiable curiosity and a determination to unlock the secrets of the universe. Researchers and innovators from all corners of the planet pooled their resources, collaborating on groundbreaking projects that would soon shatter the preconceptions of the Galactic Empire. One of the most significant breakthroughs came in the realm of energy production. Earth's scientists had long been hampered by the limitations of traditional fossil fuels and the inherent instability of nuclear fission. However, through rigorous experimentation and innovative thinking, they managed to harness the power of fusion, creating a new generation of clean, abundant, and highly efficient energy sources. These fusion reactors, once perfected, transformed the landscape of Earth. Entire cities were powered by the boundless energy they produced, and the need for resource-intensive extraction and processing was drastically reduced. The people of Earth celebrated this achievement as a triumph of human ingenuity, a testament to their ability to overcome the challenges that had plagued their planet for centuries. In the field of computing, Earth's researchers achieved equally remarkable advancements. Groundbreaking developments in quantum computing, artificial intelligence, and data processing allowed them to tackle complex problems with unprecedented speed and efficiency. The once clunky and slow computers of the past were rapidly being replaced by sleek, powerful devices that could perform astounding feats of calculation and analysis. This computing revolution also paved the way for breakthroughs in space exploration. With the ability to plan and simulate interstellar missions with incredible accuracy, Earth's engineers designed new generations of spacecraft capable of venturing far beyond the confines of the planet's atmosphere. The dream of visiting distant stars and exploring the mysteries of the cosmos was no longer the stuff of science fiction, but a tangible reality within reach. As Earth's technological prowess grew, so too did the confidence and ambition of its people. They began to envision a future where their small, once inconsequential world could stand as an equal among the great civilizations of the galaxy. The looming threat of the Galactic Empire's expansionism no longer seemed as daunting, for they believed that their newfound capabilities could provide the means to resist and even challenge the Imperial juggernaut. The leaders of Earth watched this technological renaissance with a mix of pride and trepidation. They knew that the Galactic Empire would soon take notice of their planet's advancements, and that the consequences of such a discovery could be dire. But they also recognized that the time had come to assert their independence and chart their own course, rather than succumb to the Empire's demands for obedience and submission. The stage was now set for a momentous confrontation, one that would pit the resourcefulness and determination of Earth's people against the vast, oppressive might of the Galactic Empire. The fate of the small blue planet hung in the balance, as its inhabitants prepared to make a bold stand for their freedom and the right to determine their own destiny. As Earth's technological advancements continued to gather pace, the Galactic Empire's attention was inevitably drawn towards the small, distant planet. The Imperial scouts and intelligence operatives had been monitoring the situation closely, and they could no longer ignore the remarkable progress being made by this once insignificant world. The leaders of the Galactic Empire convened a high-level meeting to discuss the implications of Earth's rapid technological development. They were acutely aware that the balance of power in the galaxy could be threatened if this isolated planet was allowed to continue its meteoric rise unimpeded. This world, this Earth, has produced innovations that could challenge our very dominance, declared the Imperial Chancellor, his brow furrowed with concern. Their energy and computing breakthroughs, along with their growing space capabilities, pose a potential threat to our supremacy. The other members of the Imperial Council nodded in agreement, their expressions grim. They had witnessed the consequences of underestimating the resourcefulness of smaller civilizations, and they were determined not to make the same mistake with Earth. "We must act quickly to bring this planet under our control," proposed the Minister of Expansion. "Their technological secrets must be ours, and their people must be integrated into our grand imperial vision." A chorus of assenting murmurs filled the chamber as the council members contemplated the various strategies and tactics that could be employed to subjugate Earth. Some advocated for a diplomatic approach, proposing that the Empire offer Earth a deal it couldn't refuse: submission in exchange for the promise of prosperity and protection. Others, however, argued for a more direct and forceful approach. They argued that Earth's defiance could not be tolerated, and that the planet should be swiftly invaded and occupied, its people crushed into submission, and its technological marvels plundered for the Empire's benefit. The debate raged on, with the Imperial leaders weighing the potential risks and rewards of each course of action. They knew that Earth's newfound capabilities could pose a formidable challenge, but they were also mindful of the potential consequences of underestimating the determination and resourcefulness of the planet's inhabitants. Finally, after hours of heated discussion, the Council reached a decision. They would dispatch a delegation to Earth, bearing a set of ultimatums and demands. The people of Earth would be given a choice: surrender and submit to the Galactic Empire's rule, or face the full might of the Imperial military machine. The Chancellor delivered the edict with a stern and unwavering tone, making it clear that there would be no room for negotiation or compromise. Earth had caught the attention of the Empire, and its fate was now in the hands of its leaders. As the delegation prepared to depart for the distant blue planet, a sense of foreboding hung in the air. The Galactic Empire had never encountered such a bold and defiant civilization before, and the outcome of this confrontation remained shrouded in uncertainty. One thing, however, was certain. The future of both Earth and the Galactic Empire would be forever altered by the decisions made in the days to come. The delegation from the Galactic Empire arrived on Earth with a sense of confidence and authority. They had been dispatched to deliver a clear message to the leaders of this upstart planet. Submit to the Empire's rule or face the consequences. As the Imperial envoys made their way through the bustling cities of Earth, they could not help but marvel at the level of technological advancement they witnessed. The sleek, efficient infrastructure and the vibrant, innovative spirit of the people stood in stark contrast to the more traditional, regimented societies the Empire had encountered in the past. When the delegation finally reached the seat of Earth's government, they were ushered into a grand hall filled with the planet's most influential leaders. The Imperial Chancellor, an imposing figure clad in ornate robes, stepped forward and addressed the assembled group in a booming voice. People of Earth, the Galactic Empire has taken notice of your remarkable advancements. Your newfound technological prowess has caught our attention, and we have come to offer you a choice. Join us willingly and share your secrets, or face the full might of our military might. The Chancellor paused, allowing his words to hang in the air as he surveyed the faces of the Earth's leaders. He expected to see fear, or at the very least, a willingness to negotiate. What he did not anticipate was the resolute determination that radiated from the room. One by one, the representatives of Earth's nations stood up, their expressions hardened with defiance. They had spent countless hours debating the merits of submission versus resistance, and they had come to a unanimous decision. "We have heard your demands, Chancellor," spoke the Prime Minister of the United Nations, her voice unwavering. "But we have also witnessed the consequences of surrendering to your empire. Our people will not be subjugated, nor will we hand over the fruits of our labor to serve your imperial ambitions." The Chancellor's brow furrowed as he processed the unexpected response. "Do you truly believe that your tiny, insignificant planet can stand against the might of the Galactic Empire?" He scoffed. "Your technology may have advanced, but you are still no match for our legions of soldiers and our armada of warships." "That may be true," the Prime Minister acknowledged calmly. "But we are not willing to compromise our freedom, our values, or our way of life. We have made our decision, Chancellor, and it is final." The other leaders of Earth nodded in agreement, their faces etched with determination. They had spent countless hours debating the merits of submission versus resistance, and they had come to a unanimous conclusion. "Then so be it," the Chancellor declared, his voice laced with a hint of resignation. "The Galactic Empire does not take kindly to defiance. If you refuse to join us willingly, we will have no choice but to use force to bring you into the fold." As the Imperial delegation departed, a palpable tension filled the air. The leaders of Earth knew that they had just taken a monumental step, one that would likely have far-reaching consequences, but they were united in their resolve to defend their planet's autonomy, no matter the cost. The stage was now set for a confrontation that would shake the very foundations of the Galactic Empire. Earth had drawn its line in the sand, and the entire galaxy was about to bear witness to the outcome of this historic clash. The Galactic Empire was not accustomed to having its demands rejected. When the delegation returned from Earth with the news of the planet's defiant stance, the Imperial leadership was filled with a simmering rage. "This insolence cannot be tolerated," thundered the Chancellor, his face contorted with fury. "Earth will learn the consequences of defying the might of the Galactic Empire." Orders were swiftly issued to the Imperial military, and within days, a massive fleet of warships began to mobilize, their sights set on the small, distant planet. The sheer scale of the invading force was staggering, as thousands of heavily armed vessels converged on the edge of the galaxy, ready to bring the full weight of the Empire's might to bear upon Earth. As the Imperial armada closed in, the leaders of Earth watched with growing trepidation. They had known that their bold declaration would provoke a severe response, but the sight of the approaching fleet still sent a chill down their spines. "They're coming," the Prime Minister announced solemnly to the assembled governing council. "We must act quickly to prepare our defenses. Every moment counts." Across the globe, Earth's military forces went on high alert, scrambling to fortify their positions and ready their own arsenal of advanced weaponry. Scientists and engineers worked around the clock, fine-tuning the planet's defensive systems and exploring new strategies to counter the impending onslaught. When the first wave of the Imperial Armada arrived, the skies above Earth were filled with the thunderous roar of battle. Massive energy beams lanced out from the Galactic Empire's warships, raining destruction upon the planet's surface. Powerful defensive shields erected by Earth's technicians managed to deflect much of the initial barrage, but the sheer volume of firepower threatened to overwhelm them. In response, Earth's military unleashed a barrage of its own, unveiling a host of cutting-edge technologies that surprised and confounded the invading forces. Precision-guided missiles, electromagnetic pulse weapons, and even experimental energy-based defenses carved deep into the Imperial fleet, inflicting heavy losses. The two sides traded blows in a spectacular display of technological might, with the fate of the planet hanging in the balance. As the battle raged on, the people of Earth watched with bated breath, their pride and determination fueling the resolve of their defenders. "They're not backing down," reported a frantic officer to the Prime Minister. "Our forces are holding their own, but the Imperial fleet just keeps coming." The Prime Minister's expression remained resolute, despite the gravity of the situation. "Then we must be prepared to fight even harder. This is our home, and we will not surrender it to the Galactic Empire, no matter the cost." Across the world, the people of Earth rallied behind their leaders, offering their support, their resources, and their very lives to the defense of their planet. They had come too far, endured too much, to simply surrender to the Imperial onslaught. The battle for Earth had begun, and the outcome would shape the course of history, not just for this small, isolated world, but for the entire galaxy. The battle for Earth had begun in earnest, with the planet's defenders locked in a desperate struggle against the overwhelming might of the Galactic Empire's invading forces. The skies above the planet were filled with the deafening roar of countless warships as energy beams and missiles streaked through the void, colliding in a spectacular display of destructive power. On the ground, Earth's military command centers were a hive of frantic activity, as officers coordinated the deployment of their advanced weaponry and defensive systems. Cutting-edge technologies that had once been the stuff of science fiction were now being put to the test, their capabilities pushed to the limit in the face of the Imperial onslaught. "They're hitting us hard on all fronts," shouted a young lieutenant, his eyes glued to the tactical display. "Our shields are holding, but I don't know how much longer they can take the strain." The Prime Minister, who had taken personal command of the planetary defense, remained composed, her mind racing to devise new strategies to turn the tide of the battle. "We knew this day would come," she replied calmly, "but we are not alone in this fight. Every person on Earth is counting on us to protect their freedom. We will not, falter now." Across the planet, Earth's defenders fought with a determination born of desperation and righteous fury. Pilots of advanced fighter craft engaged the Imperial warships in daring dogfights, their nimble maneuverability and precision targeting allowing them to inflict heavy damage on the larger, less agile vessels. Ground-based artillery and missile batteries unleashed a relentless barrage upon the invading forces, their devastating firepower carving deep into the ranks of the Galactic Empire's troops. Battered by the unexpected ferocity of Earth's counterattack, the Imperial forces found themselves struggling to maintain their momentum. But the Galactic Empire was not known for its willingness to back down. As the battle raged on, the sheer weight of its numbers began to take its toll on Earth's defenses. Wave after wave of enemy reinforcements poured in, their advanced weaponry and combat tactics probing for weaknesses in the planet's protective shields. "They're adapting to our tactics," warned a senior general, his brow furrowed with concern. "We need to find a way to break their resolve, or we'll be overwhelmed." The Prime Minister's mind raced, searching for a solution. She knew that Earth's technological superiority had been the key to their initial success, but the Empire's forces were proving to be quick learners. They would need to find a way to turn the tide of the battle, to seize the initiative and deliver a decisive blow that would shatter the invaders' morale. As the battle raged on, both sides displayed unwavering courage and determination. The people of Earth, fueled by a fierce love for their home and a burning desire for freedom, fought with a tenacity that surprised even the seasoned Imperial commanders. The Galactic Empire, on the other hand, was driven by a relentless ambition to maintain its dominance over the galaxy, unwilling to accept defeat at the hands of a small upstart planet. The clash of these two unstoppable forces echoed through the cosmos, a thunderous symphony of destruction that threatened to tear the very fabric of the galaxy asunder. The outcome of this epic battle would not only determine the fate of Earth, but could potentially reshape the balance of power in the known universe. As the battle for Earth raged on, the Galactic Empire's forces found themselves increasingly stymied by the planet's determined defenders. Despite the overwhelming numbers and firepower of the Imperial Armada, the people of Earth refused to be cowed, fighting with a level of skill and resourcefulness that left their enemy bewildered. In the command centers scattered across the globe, Earth's military strategists watched the unfolding conflict with a mixture of anxiousness and growing confidence. They had known that the path to victory would not be easy, but the tenacity and ingenuity of their armed forces were slowly but surely turning the tide of the battle. "Look at those maneuvers!" exclaimed a young lieutenant, his eyes glued to the tactical display. "Our pilots are anticipating the Empire's moves and exploiting their weaknesses. They're not just holding their own. They're gaining the upper hand." The Prime Minister nodded, her expression grim but resolute. "We knew our technology would be the key to our survival. Now we must push our advantage and show the Galactic Empire that Earth is not to be trifled with." Across the battlefield, Earth's forces unleashed a series of devastating counterattacks, employing their advanced weaponry and innovative strategies with devastating precision. Electromagnetic pulse cannons disabled the Imperial warship systems, while precision-guided missiles found their marks with unerring accuracy, tearing through the enemy's defenses. The Galactic Empire's commanders, accustomed to facing foes who crumbled in the face of their might, found themselves at a loss. Their once unstoppable juggernauts were being outmaneuvered and outgunned, their massive numerical superiority rendered meaningless by the sheer technological prowess of Earth's defenders. As the battle raged on, the people of Earth watched with growing hope and pride. The images of their brave soldiers and pilots, standing firm against the might of the Galactic Empire, became symbols of defiance and courage, inspiring the entire planet to rally behind their cause. "They're retreating," shouted a jubilant officer, his voice carrying across the command center. "The Imperial forces are pulling back." The Prime Minister allowed herself a rare smile, her eyes shining with triumph. "Then let us press our advantage. Sound the call to all units. We will not rest until the Galactic Empire has been driven from our skies and our soil." Emboldened by their newfound success, Earth's military forces launched a series of daring counteroffensives, pushing the Imperial invaders back with every passing hour. The Galactic Empire's once formidable fleets were steadily whittled down, their technological superiority eroded by the resourcefulness and sheer determination of their adversaries. In the depths of the Imperial command, the Chancellor and his advisors watched the unfolding events with growing alarm. They had never imagined that a small backwater planet like Earth could pose such a formidable challenge to the might of the Galactic Empire. The very foundations of their dominance were being shaken, and they knew that they could not afford to lose this pivotal battle. "Redouble our efforts," the Chancellor ordered, his voice laced with desperation. "We cannot allow this planet to defy us. Bring in more reinforcements, use whatever means necessary, but we must crush this rebellion before it spreads." But the people of Earth, fueled by the knowledge that they were fighting for their very freedom, refused to be cowed. They had endured the initial onslaught, and now, with their technological edge and the courage of their defenders, they were poised to deliver a decisive blow that would forever alter the balance of power in the galaxy. The Galactic Empire's forces, once so dominant and unstoppable, found themselves in a state of disarray as the battle for Earth raged on. The relentless counterattacks launched by the planet's defenders had taken a heavy toll on the Imperial Armada, and the Chancellor's desperate orders to send in more reinforcements had done little to turn the tide. In the command centers of the Galactic Empire, the atmosphere was tense and uneasy. The once confident military leaders now found themselves grappling with a reality they had never imagined, that a small, seemingly insignificant planet could pose such a formidable challenge to their might. "This is unacceptable," the Chancellor raged, his fists pounding the table as he reviewed the latest reports from the battlefield. "How can these primitive beings defy the full power of the Galactic Empire?" His advisors, mindful of the Chancellor's volatile temper, spoke cautiously. "The people of Earth have proven to be far more resourceful and technologically advanced than we anticipated. Their defensive systems and tactics are proving to be highly effective against our conventional strategies." The Chancellor's brow furrowed with a mixture of frustration and disbelief. "Then we must adapt, find new ways to crush their resistance. I will not allow this insignificant planet to sully the reputation of the Galactic Empire." But as the battle raged on, it became increasingly clear that the Imperial forces were struggling to gain the upper hand. Earth's defenders, buoyed by their initial successes, fought with a renewed vigor, unleashing waves of devastating attacks that chipped away at the Galactic Empire's numerical advantage. The sight of the mighty Imperial warships being brought down by the planet's advanced weaponry sent shockwaves through the Galactic Empire's command structure. Morale among the invading forces began to plummet as they witnessed their seemingly unbreakable dominance crumbling before their very eyes. "They're retreating," shouted a jubilant officer in one of Earth's command centers. "The Galactic Empire's forces are pulling back." The Prime Minister, her face etched with a mix of relief and determination, stepped forward. "Then let us not give them a moment's respite. Order all units to pursue and engage the retreating enemy. We will not rest until the Galactic Empire has been driven from our skies and our soil." Across the planet, Earth's military forces surged forward, capitalizing on the Galactic Empire's sudden vulnerability. They unleashed a relentless barrage of attacks, harrying the invaders at every turn and denying them any chance to regroup or reestablish their defensive lines. The once mighty Imperial Armada, battered and demoralized, found itself in full retreat, its commanders desperately seeking a way to salvage what they could of the disastrous campaign. The Galactic Empire's aura of invincibility had been shattered, its reputation as an unstoppable force tarnished by the defiant stand of a small, distant planet. As the Galactic Empire's ships vanished into the depths of space, the people of Earth erupted into cheers and celebrations. Their victory was a testament to the power of determination, courage, and technological innovation, a triumph that would echo through the annals of history and inspire generations to come. But the Prime Minister, even as she shared in the jubilation of her people, knew that the battle was not yet over. The Galactic Empire would not accept this defeat lightly, and she knew that they would return, determined to reclaim their lost dominance. The future of Earth, and perhaps the entire galaxy, now hung in the balance. The people of this small, resilient planet had proven their mettle, but they would need to remain vigilant and prepared for whatever challenges lay ahead. The victory of Earth over the mighty Galactic Empire had sent shockwaves throughout the galaxy, shattering the long-held belief that the Imperial juggernaut was unstoppable. The small, once insignificant planet had not only survived the onslaught of the invading forces, but had emerged triumphant, its technological prowess and the unwavering determination of its people proving to be the key factors in their success. As the Galactic Empire's ships retreated, leaving the skies above Earth clear, the people of the planet erupted into a frenzy of celebrations. Across the globe, they cheered and embraced one another, their hearts filled with a sense of pride and boundless optimism for the future. The Prime Minister, her expression one of quiet triumph, addressed the gathered crowds, her voice carrying a message of hope and defiance. "Today, we have shown the Galactic Empire and the entire galaxy that the people of Earth will not be subjugated or silenced. We have fought for our freedom, and we have won. But this is only the beginning of a new era, one in which we will stand tall as equals among the great civilizations of the cosmos. The crowd's roar of approval was deafening, and the Prime Minister allowed herself a rare smile, knowing that her words had resonated deeply with her people. In the aftermath of the battle, Earth's leaders convened to discuss the implications of their victory and to chart the course for the future. They knew that the Galactic Empire would not accept their defeat lightly, and that the Empire would undoubtedly return with even greater force to reclaim its lost dominance. "We must prepare for the Empire's retaliation," the Prime Minister cautioned, her brow furrowed with concern. "Their pride has been wounded, and they will stop at nothing to reassert their control over this planet." The other leaders nodded in agreement, their expressions grim but resolute. They had tasted the fruits of independence, and they were determined to defend their newfound freedom, no matter the cost. "Then we must continue to strengthen our defenses, to enhance our technological capabilities, and to forge alliances with other worlds that have also felt the oppressive grip of the Galactic Empire," proposed the Minister of Defense. As the Earth's leaders deliberated, the news of their victory spread like wildfire across the galaxy, inspiring hope and admiration in equal measure. Many planets that had long suffered under the Galactic Empire's rule now looked to Earth as a beacon of resistance, a symbol of what could be achieved through unity and determination. Within the Imperial Command, the Chancellor and his advisors were in a state of unmitigated crisis. The loss of this distant, insignificant planet had shaken the very foundations of their power, and they knew that they could not afford to let this affront go unanswered. "We must crush this rebellion before it spreads," the Chancellor declared, his voice laced with a mix of fury and desperation. "The people of Earth will learn the true cost of defying the might of the Galactic Empire." But the leaders of Earth, emboldened by their triumph, were not intimidated by the Imperial threats. They knew that their victory had opened up new possibilities, not just for their own planet, but for the entire galaxy. As they gazed into the vast expanse of the cosmos, the people of Earth saw a future filled with the promise of exploration, cooperation, and the pursuit of knowledge. A future in which they would no longer be beholden to the whims of a distant, oppressive empire. The battle for Earth may have been won, but the war for the galaxy's future had only just begun. The people of this small, resilient planet were ready to take their place among the stars, determined to forge their own destiny and to inspire others to do the same.